The Revision Revised is the outstanding work of John Burgon, where he anticipated what they were doing in 1881. Now, Bishop Ellicott, that was ahead of this, believed in keeping the King James the way it was. But somehow, some way, somebody's changed his mind. And it might have been Westcott and Hort. So he countered with all kind of evidence and information. I mean, he's an amazing individual. Not only this, he did 86,000 quotes of ancient fathers of the church that's sitting in a library, I don't know, 8 by 11 sheets, 3-inch thick, 16 books that are there, but he never got around to it. He died early, and the doctors actually said it was exhaustion from the 7-8 years at least that he spent on this book and countering what Westcott and Hort were attempting to do, because they had spent 20 years on their own Greek version that they dishonestly against and deceptively inserted in instead of just doing what they were told. And all the modern versions today, it's like a computer or anything. I guess the Bible talks about leaven. You put in a little bit of leaven and it ruins everything else. It leavens everything. And the same thing here. Everything else then that comes out has been tainted by these as its source. So do not put much of any faith in any of the modern versions. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it is the way it is. This book, I think if you buy them in groups of 5, runs about $15. Other than that, it's $25, and you can get it from that brochure list and another source if you want. The first 27 pages are very crucial, and the table of contents is almost a story unto itself, because it almost goes through page by page and tells you what's happening in each area. So if you want to look something up, you'll know, because after the preface and introduction and all of that, then it starts right into the Greek text that they did, then the translation of the Greek text that they did, and then Burgon starts his tirade, I guess you might say, or correction, or chastising them for what they did and all the errors and mistakes that are made. Well, it's just too much to explain. I'd be here for hours, but this is crucial. Now, in fooling around on the computer, I found that you can get the revised, the Revision Revisited Gutenberg, Gutenberg, ebook, number 36722, July 13, 2011, and it's free. You can go to the computer and literally read through this whole book. Now, I'm not computer wise. I don't know if you can start reading and get to page 75, if you can stop and pick it up later at that point. Someone better than I will know that. Perhaps my videographer knows that too. So that would be a problem there, but the book is always too good to have handy. And the ending is just fantastic. To this day, that book has not been answered, because there's no answer. How do you answer a question that can't be answered? He's slapped them in the face, knocked them down, stomped on them, and did everything he could. And how do you get up from all that? So that's crucial. Another thing, BFT 375, 66 reasons for keeping our King James Protestant Bible. And they use 66 because there's 66 books in the Bible. It's an inexpensive product, and is well worth having, because you can refer to many things right then and there. Catalog 2001, Truth Books. Very good to have. They'll probably send it to you for nothing. In it are tracts. These are tracts, these little books, 35 cents to 75 cents. I'll show you more of them, but all the titles are in here, and you can see the titles that are most important, like Woman's Role in the Church. I'm sending for that, TT 71. Why not be a Christian? And so on. Why a member of the Church of Christ? Fallen from grace. Good people in all churches, will they be saved? Will just good people be saved? So you'll want to send for that. Actually, that's the phone number there. Request this, and they'll send that catalog out, and you can just, I don't know how many of these I have, but quite a few. 855-45 books, or 855-492-6657. So that's another whole source of material for you. One good basic book that you can get by calling 800-762-4843, or an alternative number 256-332-2525. That's Impressive Image Production. And Basic Bible Doctrine, Book 1. First Principles of Christianity, A Survey of the Bible, Undenominational Christianity, and New Testament Worship, by Robert Harkrider, and he is the head evangelist of the church to which I belong, on South Bumby in Orlando, Florida. Well done, very good book for the beginner, for anyone to have as a background, with many biblical quotes. Uses a tree as an example of the different branches going off as far as being different parts, like one is creed, another is the name of the church, what do we call members, how is it organized, how do we worship, the mission, how are you admitted, who is the founder, in what place, what time. I think other than that we could go on and on. Like I said, an important thing though, and there's a great disagreement on this, we take the, later on I'll give you a source where you will be able to contact me and get these materials. So Heresies of Westcott and Hort can be gotten through this Bible for Today, number 595, and it's less than $10. And Ripped Out of the Bible is the same sort of thing, by Dr. Floyd Nolan Jones. He takes a look at all the various verses of the Bible. Key passages missing, key passages altered, key passages changed, words added, words taken away. And it's very technical and involved, but a great amount of time was spent onto it. Whereunto I am appointed a preacher and an apostle and a teacher of the Gentiles. And what does the other one say? And of the gospel I was appointed a herald, an apostle, and a teacher. Period. Not of the Gentiles. In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God. Other translation, he will punish those who do not know God. Now what happened to flaming fire? So you see, these are just a couple examples, and it goes on and on. And if you're really interested in this, you better be. Isaiah 57:9, and didn't debase thyself even unto hell? Secondly, you ascend to the grave itself. Well, there's a heck of a difference between the grave and hell. And another one, cast him down to hell with them that descend into the pit, down to the grave with those who go down to the pit. So grave has replaced hell in so many cases to, soften the impact of what they're talking about. So there's dozens and dozens and hundreds of those. Another book by BFT 804, Dean Burgon's Warning on Revisions. What to look out, what was to be done, what was not to be done. He listed 7 different things that had to be done for a proper revision, and none of those. And then BFT 2591, Dean John William Burgon's Confidence in the King James Bible. He said even if a revision were done, it would not replace the current King James Bible, but would be a study supplement to it. So what you got is the best of the best. Heaven and hell. You don't hear much about it, but Jesus talked more about hell than he talked about heaven. He talked about money more than he talked about many other subjects. And Jonathan Edwards is considered the probably best American scholar, and he wrote considerable amount on heaven and hell.